No points of
Okay,
inspiration.
so who would like to volunteer doing the recap?
I would. I need inspiration.
I love how one of these days, at one of these days at the start of this session, there's going to be multiple of you fighting to do the recap. Not because of the fact that you want to do a recap, just for the point of inspiration. Like, no, I need it more. We're going into this situation.
At that point, I'm just gonna buy 5 sops and give the points to myself.
I recap.
Yay!
You want me to tell you what?
I would love Kitten to do a recap. Just do a recap of the previous session.
So, Adam, please take the recap away.
Okay, do you want me to read it straight from Archivist AI, or?
Only if you're a coward.
Well, I wasn't here last session, so I want to know all the nitty-gritties and dirty details of what happens when I'm out around.
Okay, well, we started by taking watch, because that's where we ended.
Yep.
Me and Soul, I think, had the first watch, and I decided to plug in a potential, what do you call it? One shot?
Yeah.
Because, yes.
Adam essentially spent that watch doing a kind of I know a guy thing from my past that give an entire history and one shot potential setting.
Yeah, but instead of a I know a guy, it's a I seen some shit. Then some other people had a watch. I can't remember what happened for them. Then
I think the second watch, that was someone by themselves.
Yeah, as Lumi said, someone played with themselves. Then we got up, we traveled, and then we went and we started setting up camp at the bridge because not much happened on the travel, actually, now that I think about it. But when we got to the bridge, we did notice some destroyed boats, and then we noticed some dead goblins. And when we investigated the goblins, they have been completely destroyed by the fish.
There was one thing that happened on the travel.
Was there?
You passed through Moe village, and there was ventures, there was a bunch of call-outs and stuff of people seeking parties, market stuff going, and there was overheard that the idea someone's cat was stuck in a tree. You were passing by the tree it was in, got it down, and kept going. And when looking back, you seen the woman approaching with the adventurers she hired, and they just claimed all the glory, and they got paid for your work.
Well, my work was sending Seraph to retrieve a cat. It wasn't a lot. I didn't even leave the carriage. But anyway, then we got, at the end of that day, to the bridge. We noticed some destroyed boats, noticed some goblins, and the goblins had been destroyed by the fish that I had commanded to destroy boats. I tried to reason with the fish by drawing a pirate flag and telling them to only attack these ships, but I forgot to tell the fish to spread the word. So that one group of fish are now attacking pirates. Then we had another watch. I believe me and Hayes had a little heart-to-heart.
Yep.
Bergai sat by himself. And I think Khaos also sat by herself.
Yeah.
If it was that for the second watch, then the first watch it was Raine by themselves.
Oh, okay.
Because we made a joke of out of everyone, Raine's the one character that's technically not by themselves because of Mizu.
Yeah. Then we had our long rest. We woke up. We went to the city. Turns out it was a long ass fucking bridge, and by the time we arrived in the city, it was pretty much nighttime, wasn't it?
Yes.
Because then we parked up, went inside, annoyed a ghost with all the requests for a room, went into the room, had our long rest, had breakfast in the room, came back down, handed in the quest, and she didn't pay me for the crystal, and I'm still a bit miffed for that. But then we Averille, that's Khaos' character's name, went out and sold the hides, and then we all followed the adventurers up to, or not the adventurers, the students up to the school, except for, I've forgotten her name.
Nyla?
What's her name? Nyla, except for Nyla. I forgot what she's doing. She's wandering around somewhere. Anyway,
Nyla and Averille both are not at the guild. I mean, at the school.
I was saying, Averille's not at the school. And
Okay.
I explained this to Kitten already. I left Nyla in the Adventurers Guild, so that way Kitten could decide where she wanted Nyla to go. That way, it wasn't a matter of like, oh, I've took Nyla to the college, and now let's start RP. You've got no fucking clue what's going on. Try and fit in. It was just she could go where she wants now. Like,
well, anyway,
she could play as Nyla slept in and runs after everyone.
Okay. Well, anyway, the rest of us went to the college where I wanted to sell some mana crystals, and I'm now waiting to speak to, I think, the headmaster or some expert on it. And
you are right, it's the headmaster.
Then we went into the classroom, the hall.
There was like a big hall, yes.
Where we got to listen to an instructor, then listen to Hart because he walked in, and then we got to experiment with magic. And that's roughly where we left off, was Hart pretty much walking away, after doing a job.
Hart walking away because they've got lunch with someone while calling out to Raine, because Raine called out to Hart saying he would love to talk afterwards, and Hart responded back, yes, and Ifrit would like to talk to Mizzo as well.
Yeah.
Get doxed, idiot.
Yeah. And with that recap done, we also have a Trevor in call.
Woo! Yeah. The rest of my PC will work. Will be flying. Happy birthday, Soul.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I was like, don't sound too excited, it's D&D Day. Jesus.
I'm waiting for everything else to load up stuff.
Okay. Since recap is done, is this where I can make my decision on?
Yeah.
Where I want. Okay. Well, as we talked earlier, I think my decision is pretty clear. Where Nyla would probably dash out and try and meet up with everybody at the college.
Okay. So, before we get started,
This is where Nyla walks out and realizes it's a high-speed train that goes straight to it, and she can get there in no time.
I mean, I have wings, so.
Wait for it.
Archivist is now recording.
Fuck you.
Fuck you.
I was about to say you were a little early there, Sol.
It's fine. But yeah, fuck you.
You have to at the very least wait for it to say it's recording.
Do we get do I get inspiration?
You get inspiration, yes.
Yeah.
No, you do not get it.
Nah, that's what you do for the hell of it.
You don't get it.
If I don't get inspiration, I was never doing it. I was never doing a recap again.
That's fine.
He was going to protest.
So, for the sake of the AI, so like we say, with last session, a lot of you went to the Mages College and stuff, and we said that Nyla was left in the Adventurers Guild. Obviously, Kitten has made the decision now that at some point, Nyla has essentially slept in, woken up, and rushed out to go to the guild, go to the Mages College to meet up with everyone. So that is where Nyla's current status is.
I was going to say, is this one of those nights where I drank too much, slept in because of a hangover, and you guys actually left me behind? Great.
Yeah, I'm imagining Nyla running through the doors and just shoving Hart out of the way, just be like, out of the way, fox boy, just not knowing who he is.
Nyla's not that rude.
Yet.
Yeah. Yet. Keep it up, boy, and you'll see. Yeah, Nani, can you sit?
I'm going to be honest. It did sound like there would be a yet in there. To be honest, it's just like Nyla's not that rude, but
Yeah. Well, okay. Well, with anybody, you don't poke the bear, because if you piss him off, then a whole different side comes out.
It's fine. I'm on the other side of the cage.
right. So, we'll just kind of pick up where we left off. So to kind of set the scene for you here, Kitten.
Okay.
You obviously are running through these streets and stuff, and as you look around, as you run, your character, you know where the major college is because the party was given instructions last night and stuff of where it would be, so you're not going to get lost. But as you kind of look around this town, even in the slightest amounts, almost every street corner, there's a sense of magic to it all. In the skies above you, towers just float and slowly spin. This entire town, to describe it in a word, I say town, this city, the only way to describe it is pure magical. Everything almost looks enchanted. As you're running through the streets, you see as a repeating uniform on old and young alike. All bear the crest of the Mage's College.
They're called warthogs.
You will overhear as you run by some groups of people. One day they'll get accepted into this college. That's their goal. It's the place to be for everything magic. Only as if you want to become a true master, this is where you must go to learn.
Oh dear.
Nerds.
I wasn't speaking in character. I actually had an issue come up on my computer. As I was saying.
I know, but it was just the nerds from Chaos that threw me so out of left field.
So quiet, just nerds.
Sorry, I had to.
It's fine.
I'm never say sorry for fun bits.
Well, as you'll go through the streets, you'll also hear about there was guest lecturer as there today, and how they are meant to be some big shot from Lunaria. Apparently a part of an adventurers group from over there. And you'll also have overheard about this big shot adventurer was traveling with someone that used to protect the royal family. By the time you reach the Adventurers Guild, the Mage's College even, sorry. By the time you reach the Mage's College, you will pass by a fox-looking Tabaski as they walk out the building and you walk in. It's roughly at this point, the rest of you that were at the college, you'd have been getting pulled as you have been pulled away from the classroom, and you'd have been walking down familiar corridors, making your way back to the main lobby as you're getting guided to meet the headmaster. At this point, I'm going to ask, would Averille have been making her way to the Mage's College by this point? Because we are reaching roughly about midday. Or would you still go around town shopping and stuff? What would Averille be doing before we go into this whole Mage College activity?
Go and buy food.
Go and buy food?
like, I'm not the smartest. I'm getting food.
That's fair.
She's being practical while we're being whimsical.
Yeah, actively just most likely sitting at like a small little cafe with some drink and food and just, today is a good day.
That's fair. Okay.
Completely forgetting that her friends at the college until she's standing like, oh fuck.
There is something I do want to say as I'm running past the fox.
Okay.
I'm just gonna kind of like stop in my tracks as like a face that I could probably ask. And I'm just going to say, morning, I slept in. Have you seen a group of kind of rambunctious people? Looks like they don't fit in anywhere, but somehow they work together really well.
Yeah, they're in the area. I made the way over here.
To be fair, our group looks like they don't fit together as well.
Yeah. Yeah, so this Tabaski fox, Tabaski turns to you and goes, you probably mean the group that was just that attended my lecture. They should be coming down any moment. I believe they're wanting to meet with the headmaster. If you wait in the lobby, they shouldn't be too long. I'm sorry. I'm keeping someone very important. I'm so sorry. I hope you find your friends.
Just kind of like quickly bow and nod and like thank you, and kind of run off into the lobby.
Like I said, at this point, the group from the classroom and you kind of meet up at this point. You're all getting guided by the one you originally met in the lobby, with the promise of taking you to the headmaster to talk about the selling of some mana crystals. Come on, this way. We need to go up the stairs if you want to go and see the headmaster.
Oh, hey, Nyla.
Oh! Hold on, I just got locked out.
I would imagine my passive of... that's a passive 13. I'd imagine I still see her.
Yeah.
I was going to say, I'm pretty sure I see them from across the lobby, right?
You would see them because they're a big group, but they would also see you because you're like one of the only people in the lobby.
Not only that, awesome. I'm kind of a sore thumb. I stick out like a sore thumb.
Oh yeah, I should also point out, for the sake of it, just so you're aware of this, Nyla, because Soul made a point of this. Bergai is walking around the Mage's College with his arms fully on display.
As I kind of, like, I am like, as soon as my eyes lock on that, I am full fucking sprint towards them. As I kind of like stop dead in my tracks, I kind of use my wings to help break me. And it's just kind of like a flush of little feathers flying around. And I'm just going to look Bergai dead in the eyes. It's like, you guys actually left me. I'll remember this.
Sorry?
And all of a sudden we went from playing D&D to playing a Telltale game.
Listen, you look tired from the ride over here, so when you slept in, we decided to let you be.
Well, I guess I can't be too mad. I did need the extra sleep. The last few days have been kind of up and down. I do appreciate it.
To also, just for the sake of bringing you up to speed, by the way, Kitten, your room in the Adventurers Guild, you've all got one room together, and in that room, there is separate rooms for each of you, each of them kitted out to like fit your characters, to the point where like Raine and Haiton both have fish tanks for beds.
There are two rooms that have a sign that says soundproof, because that is the snorers.
If it was a room catered to Nyla, all it would be is a huge workshop desk and a cot in the corner.
Yeah, so
You're at the adventure zone. Don't just settle for a cot.
All the luxury goes into her workshop bench. She just needs a cot.
Yeah, it's just to make you aware. So, like, the group was in the same room, so, like, it was a consecutive decision to leave it there.
So it was a consecutive decision to leave me sleeping. Got it.
Yeah, it wasn't just a matter of you were in your own room, per se, and you were left behind, no one knocked or anything. You were all in your own rooms, but in a room together.
Like one of those giant suites.
Kind of like your own dorms, essentially.
With a shared space.
Yeah.
I used my arms and didn't blow anything out.
You didn't
it was
blow
a rather
anything.
electrifying feeling.
I
Did not blow anything up.
My first thing is I'm just going to kind of like bring one of his arms, put my goggles down and like inspect it.
It all looks fine and normal. The Mage Guild associate that's with you all kind of just butts in and just goes, "It's a shame you didn't join us this morning. Your friends learned some new particular magical skills. Maybe they'll fill you in and hopefully show you what they've learned and what you could maybe learn. Or if you decide to maybe join us for some classes here. We're always looking for fresh opportunities for people."
While they're walking, Bergai will just fill Nyla in on every single detail of what we were doing during the class.
So you would have learned that Bergai did a draconic strike that would normally, like, he does to like hurt people and stuff, and instead, with the knowledge of intent behind the magic and stuff, he turned it into a barrier. You would have learned
a very effective barrier.
Yeah, you would have learned that Hayes has started learning on how to use, because he was practicing a bit on the travels, but he successfully in the class learned how to use magic through the ancient language. You would have learned that Haiton learned how to use some of his magic to heal instead, so like his breath weapons and stuff.
Okay.
I can't remember who, but one of yous did a ice bolt.
That was me.
That was you, Hayes. Like Hayes did a firebolt, essentially, but turned to ice instead. Again, using ancient magic. That was the stuff. So they've all been learning various things in this lesson.
We are continuously walking. I've just got the mutter face going on. I'm kind of like muttering to myself in my normal strategic kind of tone. And I just pop up. So you learned that with different intentions, your magic ended up doing different things?
Yes. Depending on the intent and the magic you used, you could change how it functioned.
Like the speaker showed how with fire he can use healing magic. Very impressive.
The person that's currently guiding you through the hallway speaks up. It's not just intention. A lot of our students, they get mental blocks, and it's the way they do the magic sometimes we find here. Some people find it easier to do their magic when they speak in common. Others find it easier when they speak in Elvish. Others, it's about the hand movement they do. Others, it's about how they use the components. Magic that we've learned over the time, it's not a one rule fits all kind of deal, as a lot of the books would have you believe. magic's a very personal thing, and everyone needs to learn what works for them. I've seen students here where they've said a spell, again, to use the language idea, they've said a spell in common, like Firebolt, and it's worked. But yet, when they say that exact same spell in Elvish, it's stronger. Because it just flows better. It's the idea of releasing it in the mind. It flows better. Same thing for all the other things I said, but just because it works one way doesn't mean it can't work better a different way.
You happen to have other artificers that study here?
Oh, many. We have many artificers. A lot of them studying as magic tech, the use of mana crystals, and some trying to research and develop new ways to use it to better everyone's life.
I mainly focus on tinkering and potions.
Everything has a flow, and all flow has magic in it. We teach everything here, as much as we can. But at the same point, it's why we have to be very selective with who we can let in. It's not just everyone off the street, because, well, we don't... As magical as we are, we don't have the capacity for everyone, and we don't want to overflow the city. So there's a very high bar here, but we're more than happy to help anyone we can. Help being the key thing. Teaching is another.
I mean, at the end of the day, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't force it to drink. Same thing applies when it comes to learning and studying, and you can't force somebody to learn something. They have to be willing to do it.
Exactly. But I'm sure I can guide you to someone that can help with what you're wanting to do. I mean, after we've been to the headmaster's office, which is just down here on our right, I'm taking whoever wants to join this young fellow, as they point towards Hayes, taken to the library to maybe look at some books and stuff.
Ooh.
Alright. Okay. I guess straight to the headmaster's office first then. We can... I can always look into the magic stuff later.
At this point, you reach a door, and she taps on it. And you watch as the door... One moment.
The door's locked, apparently.
Just having a conversation with the
Sorry,
headmaster.
I'm back. Yeah, you watch as the door, just all of a sudden, words almost engrave enchantly on them. Enter. She opens the door, and you walk in to a big office space. This desk at the opposite end, massive windows all around you. One wall just filled with bookshelves. And then on the other side, where you see a very old man staring at this spherical-like object. Looks almost like liquid. In the liquid itself, bits of earth. You would recognize this as a image of the globe. And on the point, there's certain bits that are lighting up all over it. And as you all enter, this old gentleman looks towards you all. Christina, you've appeared at the perfect time. It seems another potential student has came to light. I need you to go. Go and retrieve them for me. They'll make a perfect fit for the school. The attendant that's been with you this entire time responds, certainly, Master Sir, but first, some guests that would like to see you regarding some mana crystals. Okay, yes. And he starts to walk towards his table. Come on, come in. Show me what you've got. I'll be surprised.
I dump my 4 mana crystals onto his desk.
As you do, his eyes just open, like wide. He just kind of looks at you and goes, "Pray tell, where'd you get crystals of such quality? I've not seen anything like this in a very long time."
From a mana cave.
Well, that much is obvious, young man. They are mana crystals.
I would like to sell you 3 of them. And I'd like advice on the 4th one.
Okay. I'll happily pay you for free. First, do you mind if I do a bit of an inspection on them?
Be my guest.
And
as I say in his room.
He picks one up and starts looking at it. And you can see at this point what he does is one hand's holding the crystal. His other hand, he kind of makes like an O, like what we do like okay with, like, you know what I mean, like a circle. And he brings the circle that he makes with his fingers to his eye, and you can almost see like an almost slight arcanist tinge happens. Almost like, you know, you have to do fairy up liquid and blowing bubbles type thing. And he kind of like twists his hand and stuff. This is the type of like motion that you'd expect like a jeweler that's like with a last like inspecting gold and stuff. And he's looking it up now. He puts one on the table, and just gently you see a slight tiny glow at the end of his fingertip. Just rush down the crystal slowly, and you can see calculated. The crystal's reacting, but not violently. I have not seen crystals this pure, I think, ever. I'll happily pay you for these crystals, and if you're willing to part with it, I would pay for the information of the location of the cave.
It does pay to not just spill everything. How much are we talking?
Crystals of this purity? Well, I can tell you they're a lot of money. I want to figure out, how much do you think they're worth? I'll tell you if you're right or wrong. You'll have my word. I'm not going to play you along and get a better deal for myself. I just want to make sure you understand the value of what you're holding.
10 platinum. Wait, no. Yeah, no, that would be 1,000. 100 platinum. 10,000, that was the number I think.
I was having to sit there and think about what platinum was there for a sec, just like, what?
10 times gold.
Yeah. You are overvaluing them, sir. crystal of this rarity, this fine, this size, you'd probably be looking at 15 platinum each.
Only 15 for a crystal of this size and this purity that you've never even seen before. I am 100% trying to use persuasion to get a higher price.
That's fine. Go ahead. Roll persuasion.
Surprised that Haiton is actually aware of this.
Well, he is charismatic. I do have to ask though, because I do get advantage when I do this with dragons. Is this guy a dragon?
No, he is 100% a human.
Okay, this is the best way for me to tell if something's a dragon or not.
I would like to persuade you. Are they a dragon?
Oh, I'm so close to 20.
I'm just waiting for you to ask that sometime and Lumi just to be like, I don't know, roll, find out.
He sits there and thinks for a second, then opens up a drawer. And he pulls out a mana crystal. This one is maybe about the third of the size of what you've brought in. Not smoothed or anything. It's very pointy, very sharp. Best way to describe it. And on one hand on your crystal, and the other hand on the crystal he's brought out, he does the small little arcanic light at the tip of his fingers. And you see the glow slightly on each crystal. The best way to describe the glow that's coming off the crystals, the one that you've brought in, it's a very pure light. It's very smooth, like diffused almost. Like, you know, a diffuser box type light type thing? The light coming off the one that he pulled out of his drawer, it's very dull. It's... The best way to describe it is like when a light bulb's about to go out, it just gets that really dull dim. At which point he looks to you after doing this and goes, this one that I've brought out, we typically pay 1 platinum for. So, tell me, as much as you're seeking a better price, do you think I'm being fair?
Point it back on me, frick. Possibly. At least fairer than the woman at the Adventurers Guild.
Are you sure you didn't get paid for that?
She gave us the money for completing the quest. She didn't give us anything for the actual crystal.
Oh no, yeah, the crystal was just taken as a reward, yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, I was confused. Honestly, this entire time I was sitting there thinking you're like complaining that you didn't get paid for the quest. I'm like, I'm sure you got paid for the quest.
We got paid 500 gold for that quest.
You did. So, I ask again. Do you think I'm being fair at 15 platinum each?
I guess.
At this point...
But that does leave me...
Go on.
What? Go on.
I was going to say, at this point he opens up a drawer and pulls out a pouch and slowly, one by one, pulls out 45 platinum and puts it on the table and pushes it over.
Now on to the next order of business. The fourth crystal here. I was wondering if it can be worked into armor or something.
With the right knowledge and skills and a very fine hand, these crystals can become many things. And he kind of flicks his wrist towards where the water spherical thing was before, where he was standing. And you watch as that, like, kind of the floor itself just starts to turn, and it just goes under, and then suddenly what flips out from underneath is a set of robes and a staff. This is the founder's equipment, the founders of this magic guild. All of that was made and imbued with mana crystals. Crystals were grinded down so fine they were imbued into the fiber. One crystal became the head of his staff. Crystals today for many forms of development. History books speak of such crystals being used to power entire cities. There's talks of a civilization that existed with a mana crystal as their power source for augmentation. There's books speak about histories of gods that had this technology that could make airships. I wish to bring these textbooks from being history to reality. There's one thing these books.
On the airship part. He might be a bit late on the airship part.
Might be, yeah. But there's one thing these books have taught me upon research of these crystals. Your imagination's your only limit. These crystals react to magic, to mana, no differently than our own spells do. If you've got the skill, the know-how, and you know your intent, you can make whatever you wish with these crystals. It's what makes them so valuable. I'll let you know, a crystal of this size, if you were to break it down, you could probably make about 4 okay pieces of equipment. Or as if you wanted to give a decency to each bit, though, I'd maybe advise cutting into 3s. 3 good bits of equipment you could get out of this crystal of this size.
What kind of effects do the robes have? What did the crystal do for it?
The robes are imbued with the spell shield. At least the upper half are, anyway. At a given moment, just by channeling his magic into his clothing, the shield spell is activated by itself. As for his shoes, it was Featherfall. On his hood was Detect Magic. His staff was specifically designed to amplify the destructive force of his spells. At this point, the headmaster kind of almost looks beyond you, essentially, Haiton. With such a rare opportunity, anyone else want to ask a question?
So, I've been taking notes this whole time, just kind of pondering. You said if you cut the crystals into 3, you can make 3 decent pieces of equipment.
Yes.
Okay. Given the purity of the crystals, when you were using it for the equipment, at a point in time, will the magic ever run out of the equipment?
The way the processing is done, no. The magic in the crystals will never run out. However, the way the refinement and the processing of magical equipment is done with such crystals, a lot of the time they are tailor-made. So we'll take a crystal and we would maybe use a chunk of it if you're doing a staff or something, or you're putting it into a shield per se. Scatter its dust onto a sword, or it's, again, fiber into clothing. In the process of doing this, the entire time, the owner must be channeling their mana into the crystal at a constant rate. Not too powerful, not too weak. Enough to burn their signature into the crystal. And if done correctly, only the owner activate it. But the entire time they're burning, they have to have the intent of what they're wanting the equipment to do. It's a very taxing thing. Hence why he points towards the robes and stuff. These are nothing more but a display piece now. No one here can wear these robes or wield this staff. They will not work. For all intents and purposes, they are just a set of robes and a staff. They have got the headmaster's ID, his magic, his mana, like the founder's mana burned into them. Only his mana would activate them.
So if I wanted to create something for someone else, they would have to put their intent into the final touches in order for it to work for them, correct?
Essentially, yes.
I could do all the hard parts, and they would just have to put their final touches into it.
Essentially. But anyone that's got the fine-handed skill and the right equipment, the hard part of processing the crystal can be done by anyone. It's the uniqueness that has to come from the person.
Do you happen to have, like, notations that I could copy down for processing a mana crystal?
Certainly. And he's like, to the side of him, he just pulls like a couple of bits of paper, completely blank, and fans them out on his desk. And he just kind of reaches his hand out. And you see him close his eyes, and he just takes a deep breath in and just breathes out. Without speaking any words, you just watch as almost like little bits of stardust fall from his hand onto these pages. And as they touch the pages start turning into parchment with words, pictures, and stuff on them. And he slowly brings his hand across all of them as he fans out. As the final one finishes, he pulls them all together. That should be everything.
You didn't just give me simple notations, you gave me a full blueprint. Okay, I can work with blueprints. I can do that. The other question I have is, when it comes to somebody's skill set or skill experience when it comes to processing these, what is usually the success rate of somebody who is, I guess, lower skilled?
It takes even the most experienced of us here have a hard time processing a mana crystal. The big thing to note, to learn, as much as they are the same, they're also unique. They all react differently in processing, for reasons we're yet to figure out. But the idea is, the more experience you'll gain, the better you'll be at reacting to the changes you need to be doing. A summary to essentially answer your question, the success rate. No one gets it right on their first try.
I mean, can't properly do experiments without one of them at least blowing up in your face. Okay, do any of you guys have any more questions? Because I think you just answered all mine in one swoop.
Yeah, I have a question. What happens if you put, rather, an unrefined mana crystal? We've been warned about that it can react negatively to other magical items nearby it. So now I wonder, what happens if you put an unrefined mana crystal into a bag of holding? Has that ever been attempted before?
It has.
We have books on it?
And shockingly, nothing happened. We prepared our own little pocket of space to do an experiment in once upon a time. Preparing for the worst, expecting things to blow up in our faces. For some reason, a mana crystal doesn't react to a bag of holding.
As in, it can't go in, or does it just go in without a fuss?
It goes in without a fuss.
Oh, excellent.
And at this point, like, in the bag that had the coins in, he puts his hand in, and he just pulls out, like, a mana crystal from it and goes, We can't explain why. He just drops it back in.
Duly noted. I will keep that one in mind as I scribble it down on the blueprint. Can go in bag of holding. Will not blow up world.
With the ones we just brought, we were scared of putting them in a bag of holding, so now it's nice to know next time we meet ones we don't have to be. So thank you for that.
Any final remarks? I am a very busy man.
One moment. It sort of brings everyone together. Should we tell them about where they are?
No.
I mean, he did talk about like wanting to buy that information, but you never actually haggled about it, so I don't know.
I'm gonna say for now,
we can
let's keep the location to ourselves, because I've got some plans and some ideas. But singular one that I have is not going to be enough.
I also have one here now. So I was thinking of handing it to you since I can't make anything with it.
2 of them might not even be enough for the plans that I've got. I'm going to need a few more if we can hold off giving the location until we go back and get a few more.
But when do we go back?
And,
I feel it'll be a long time before we get back there. You don't think we could make it into a deal with the Academy? That if they go and fetch the crystals, part of the price for them knowing where it is, they'll help us create something out of some of them. Less of a monetary value, but more of an item value.
More of, I just want the crystals. Because, like you said, no one's ever going to get it right on the first try. And we know that I'm skilled, but I'm not that skilled. And it's probably going to blow up in my face a few more times than just one. So,
So we put as part of the price of the location, a percentage of the crystals become ours.
Or like...
Be okay with that.
I think there's a bigger chance of us coming by Nirvana again, rather than actually coming up to where the cave is.
I just kind of, like, my entire body, like, droops. My wings droop. Everything just droops. You give him the location in exchange for whatever cash. I need at least 10 crystals on standby. That should be plenty to get me through experiments and hopefully what I want to do.
I mean, we can just say 10 crystals out of every harvest they do.
Oh, they're gonna wipe that thing clean. They're gonna wipe that thing clean the first chance they get.
Yeah, but you'll have 10 crystals then. We don't actually remember how much there were in the cave, like we just took some and left.
That's because if we didn't, we were all gonna turn into thralls.
Can I make a point that probably isn't a good idea to tell him? Just thinking about it. Did we not activate a giant warforged underneath a monocrave?
Are you saying that loud while they can hear us?
No, I'm assuming you're all whispering to each other.
Nice.
For what it's
this
worth,
guy's a wizard. He's dropping.
For what it's worth, for those that do have the maps open on D&D Beyond and stuff, all those tiny little dots you can see on the edge, they're all different crystals.
Wait, you have the map open? Oh, you should be.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7,
hundreds, if not thousands.
At the end of the day, we don't have to mention anything about that unless they decide to go through and investigate it themselves, then they investigate it themselves. That is not our concern nor our issue at the moment, as long as we don't mention anything about it. On the other note, if they want to clear out the crystals, that's fine, because I agree, it probably will be a while before we can go back there. And with kind of all the things that I've got in my head, I'm gonna need to start working on some of these soon because they're gonna take me time. And
what we could do is, as a price, we could just ask for 10, even just 5% of what they harvest. And that should give us way more than what you need. Because that'll be more than 10.
10% of the harvest. That'll work. We could do that.
Like even 5% would be more than 10 crystals.
We can do 10%. That's not a bad idea. We can always just sell the ones we don't want.
Exactly. Especially they're going at 15 plat a piece. So, all right, we give them the location in exchange for 10% of the crystal, 10% of the harvest.
So we're all agreed then.
Yes.
Okay. Now before we say anything to him, this guy doesn't look like an evil devil in disguise, right?
Lily, I will insight check him.
I would straight up inside check too.
Sure.
Man, you guys are paranoid.
Understandable, but yeah. To be fair,
I'm not.
To be fair, Thomsen, you should have seen some of the stuff I put them through in campaign 1.
I wouldn't know, and I refuse to know.
That's fair.
There's a reason why we are very much paranoid of every little thing. That's a 14.
Listen, my character has hope for the world. They still haven't had their hope shattered.
I think it's rolling.
Yeah, it's rolled.
Ouch.
Fuck it, I'll try as well. My insight is shit, but I'll try.
Yeah, it sure is.
Okay, that's a 14 insight.
He definitely looks like a wizard of some kind.
I was about to say, like, as far as you're concerned, Haiton, with this insight, this could literally just be an old man cosplaying and you'd believe it.
Tentacles?
But yeah, Nyla and Raine, from what you can tell, like, yeah, this guy's like the real deal. He's legit. He's not a demon or anything.
I think he's fine. He doesn't send any of my radars off.
Welcome back, Chaos. What you have missed is the group discussing if they should sell the location of the Mana Cave and ignoring the consequence that there is a Warforged in there.
Yeah, I just brought that up for no reason. Like, yeah.
Well, you're currently standing on a table, so.
It's a group decision at this point. We give them the location for 10%, or we just tell them that we want to hold off on it for a while until we know what happens.
Above table, because I don't know how to word it in party. I think he needs to sign an NDA.
I mean, above table, I can word it, as long as I don't pull another You Got Special moment.
Isn't that's like...
I'll say everyone get your recording buttons ready.
Don't worry, it's live.
Are we really gonna send this old man out to mine these crystals by himself because he can't tell anyone else about the Mana Cave?
Look. He just has to make sure everyone that's on it is as trusted and under the same.
Isn't it that some of the people learned that the Warforged should be resurrected, hopefully soon, by high-ranked people?
That's where it's at. That's what I'm saying. As long as this is a unanimous decision amongst the group, I think I've got something.
Amongst the group where currently Averille's not there because Averille's stuffing her face. At this point, I would assume Averille's probably making her way towards the Mage's College because you've been in this office for a long time.
Yeah, I think after food is done, Averille just sits there for a moment like, well, my friends, things, fuck! Pace and starts running.
Yeah.
What? I'd just like to say, the headmaster is a busy man, yet we're having a very long discussion about this.
Yeah, it's taken so long. The headmaster has now materialized a bed and has started making it.
Well, then, come on. At the end of the day, do we want to trust this? Because I can word it.
I am very sorry for just disappearing, but I've had this ear blockage that is just moving, absolutely moving, when I'm like dealing with my ear. So that's why I've been away.
You're fine.
Didn't even see you leave the room. Right.
Don't worry, I've been trying to keep up with everything, like breaking up, but go ahead.
I do think it would be in our best interest to let the all the wizards go and clear out the cave, rather than leaving it free for any demons or devils to come along and clear out the cave.
Okay. Then...
They might not even suspect the floor of it.
No, but, I mean, did kind of leave a pretty gaping hole, and there's a countdown timer, and I'm pretty sure if they see that, it's gonna get... I will...
I mean, was that screen still visible when we left? Like, Thomsen's proof, that could just have disappeared again.
Yeah. No, it was very much visible.
You walk up to it. Please enter password.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay. DM, I have one singular question before I do this.
Okay.
Are we alone in the room with just the headmaster?
The Christina, I think it's Christina I call her, or something like that.
Yes.
Yeah, Christina's also there, the attending.
Is she not fucked off already to go find someone the headmaster wanted?
No, because the headmaster's not giving her the location yet, because the headmaster's dealing with yous.
We're all just really disturbing the peace here.
Kind of like the little muttering circles where like somebody every now and then pokes their head up and puts it back down.
No, she's still
looks around, back down again.
I just kind of like break off from the group and look towards the headmaster. We are willing to negotiate the terms of the Mana Cave. I just request that there are no other ears besides yours for now.
I was going to get to negotiating of this. Wait until you had any final questions, if that's what it takes. Christina, make your way to Lavelle. Our potential student awaits there. I will summon one of the others to take them to the library. Certainly, Headmaster, sir. And as she starts to walk out the room, she raises her hand and kind of makes a circle over herself. And as she does, a set of traveling robes just start to like appear on her as she makes her way out.
Oh, that's just awesome. Thank you for showing us around.
It was my pleasure. Thank you very much. And she shuts the door.
Okay. So we are willing to negotiate the terms of the Mana Cave. There's just a couple of things with it that need absolute discretion. I won't be able to fully explain to you why. I just need you to put your trust into a complete stranger and understand that the reason why I'm saying this is for a reason.
You want my trust? Let's see if you earn it. And he flicks his fingers. And you all feel a breeze almost like push you slightly. And as it finishes like pushing past you, you all feel this eeriness around you. And then he just speaks the words, Zone of Truth. No lies can be spoken here. Tell me your terms, and now I will know there's no hidden meaning. You want my trust?
Believe me, there was never going to be any ill intent or diversions against this. Our negotiation terms is in return for the location, I would like 10% of the harvest. As I've stated, I am a starting out artificer, and I would like to use these to practice with and try and create something of my own fruition.
Your request confuses me on two fronts. I am more than happy to honor this request, but before I do, in the honor of fairness, just wanting 10% of the harvest seems a bit weird for the need to hide things or beat around the bush in something. Secondly, you only want 10% of a harvest?
10% of all harvests.
Right.
At the end of the day, I don't perceive myself using these to sell. I'm using these for my own creations and practice.
Okay. So, I take it you all are aware that mana crystals regenerate in their caves, right?
We do now.
As long as the ley lines are flowing, the crystals will grow. No different than bringing fertilizer to soil.
Then 10% of all harvest. And the reason for the discreetness and the beating around the bush is there's something buried underneath of the man cave. And it just needs to be left alone. Nobody needs to question it. Nobody needs to ask about it. Nobody needs to touch it. Nobody needs to deal with it. It just needs to be left alone.
Buried underneath, you say? Before I get to that, some finer details need to be sorted here. Where, pray, do you imagine your 10% going? A group like yourself and adventurers are constantly on the move. How's it meant to find its way to you? Where's it going to be stored?
If you are able to store them here, I feel as if we will be making our way back here quite often. And I can pick them up on any travels. I would prefer they are only released to me or any other member of Fate's Crossing. And I can give you a list of approved names that are a part of this group.
If you would allow me to know if this is a beneficiary deal, I would like to see the quantity of crystals in this cave. Now, to honor the discretion for whoever is willing to step forward, I want you to allow me to peek into your memories. And to honor the discretion, I will give you the specific instructions to imagine nothing but the crystals. No other details. All I want you to do is remember the crystals, and all that will tell me is the quantity in the cave. It won't even give me the location.
I'll step forward.
Okay.
Oh,
Thank you. I was getting nervous on that one.
I mean, I could have done it as well if it was.
And
You've got somebody who thinks all
Raine's
the
just
time
standing
about
there like, I'm not gonna lie, I was too concentrated on holding a barrier.
I love walking into the middle of the whole cave, so I might have had the best view of the crystals.
Yeah. And he brings his hand in front of your face and does like a little arcane glyph in front of it. And then just like plucking from it a little string. And he brings this string to his ear and he lets go and the string itself flows in. That is indeed...
Damn it, Adam, where's your occlumency?
That is indeed a lot of crystals.
Yeah, the mana radiation is quite heavy.
10% seems fair. We have Pacific wards to protect. I'm not quite confident in their strength, but research will hold. %10 seems fair with each harvest. I will state, for the time being, I would be willing to house them here. But the amount that's in that cave, unless you are coming back frequently to pick them up, I couldn't hold them here forever. At some point, you are going to have to find another location to house them.
What if we put an upper limit to the amount that you need to hold for us? So that if we don't come collect, you can just use them all? And just keep some for us when we do show up?
Could even have an agreement where you could buy the leftovers for a discounted price from us.
I mean, I hope we get that anyway. If we don't need them, they should have them. They are the ones who get at them.
If it's something that your group would like to do.
This might be kind of crazy.
That's the crazy woman.
No, we can't send them. Not yet.
At about this point, there's a knock on the door. One moment. And he waves his hand on his desk, and you can just see the image of outside the door. And it's another attendee with Averille. I'm assuming this is another member of your group.
The last member of our group, yes.
I would love to turn around and say I've never seen her before in my life, but Zone of Truth has been cast.
I mean, indeed. Can you still not say that? He'll just know it's a lie?
He has to do like a check or something to try and lie in here, I believe.
Ah, fair. That's how it is. Okay. There's also one with the caster can tell the intent.
That might be something true. Honestly, in my head, I'm trying to remember Zone of Truth off the top of my head, and there's a good chance I'm getting a few details mixed up with the special Zone of Truth armor I got made for me as in a fucking D&D thing once.
Yeah, it's completely fine. It's whatever.
I know with the armor I had made, it was a matter of if someone lied, a lightning bolt landed on them, and they took 1d6 damage.
It specifically states, until the spell ends, a creature that enters the spell as ever for the first time on a turn or starts its turn makes a charisma saving throw. On a failed save, a creature can speak a deliberate lie while in the radius.
Fair.
So we all need to make that save anyway.
An affected creature is aware of the spell and can avoid answering questions to which a normal response with a lie. Such a creature can be evasive yet must be truthful.
So, with this, you all confirming that Averille's a part of your group. You see as he starts writing with his hands, making letters and stuff. And at that point, as he's finished writing, the door opens, and this attending says to you, Averille, please go on in. Your group is waiting. I'm to wait outside.
Okay, she steps in.
As you step through the door, you get... It's not hard enough to resist. Like, you can just go through it, but you do feel like almost like the air itself is densened slightly as you enter the zone of truth.
Yeah.
Welcome to the truth area. These speak only the truth and nothing but the truth. Have you been drinking on the job?
No.
Nice.
It's just that as soon as Nyla sees Averille, it's like, well, nice of you to join us. How are you?
Bold of you to say that.
I was selling hide and eating, and then I remember you guys were here, okay?
Back to our agreement.
On. Yes. 10% of every harvest, and no questions about anything.
Averille would raise her hand. What agreement?
We're discussing the location of the mana cave.
Why? It's not against the question that you can... But at my group, why?
We can catch you up on it later so we don't get shooed out of the office before we can finish the deal. Just
Okay.
trust me entirely at the moment.
Okay.
Or trust me.
I'm assuming
Ugh.
you said something was found under this cave. To not ask questions about it and to be discreet.
I do not tell why. I'm not supposed to talk about it. That is the only reason why. I have been sworn to secrecy on it. We realize it's better off if somebody else clears it out before before it goes into the wrong hands.
If allowed, since the deal is not finalized yet, may I ask one singular question?
If I can answer it, I will.
What you all found under the cave, did it by chance look similar to that? As he points to Bergai's arms.
I just kind of look at him with my eyes a bit wide, and I just slowly, just a nod of acceptance. Not even thinking about it.
I can't lie.
Haiton rolled a nat one.
I can't lie.
I think when she sees the notes, Averille actively hand on the face and does the slow down, like, oh god, we are fucked. Internally, like, oh no.
But as I said, it does not get touched, talked about, anything. It just needs to be left alone.
That is fair. Your secret is in safe hands.
You have seen that I have not shed one lie to you, so I really hope I can trust you on this as well. Because my trust does not go very far with my background.
Let me share to you how far you can trust me. In my lifetime, I've adventured many places and met many people. And I have lost many companions and friends. Two of which were warforged. I do not seek that destruction. Such a person to be naive to seek that would not be fitting to be the headmaster of this establishment.
Well, I will take your words, and for now you have my trust.
So we have a deal?
10% of every harvest, and nothing is questioned about what's underneath it.
He raises out a hand to get ready to shake. Doesn't fully extend it yet. One final thing before the deal is finalized.
Yes.
As I am allowed to have a team to be sent out, as it is a massive quantity, but I can give you my word, they will be personally handpicked by me for the reasons of your discretion.
I can accept that. As long as they are people you trust and won't ask questions.
And he extends out his hand.
I will take his hand with a firm grip.
As you do, as the hands grip as formed, almost forming an affinity symbol around you, and as his shaking hands, an arcane chain is formed. And the agreement is made and binding. Now,
all right.
Where's the location?
I step to the side because I'm not the map person.
I will find a map and I will point out the location.
It looks like we may have to send an envoy to talk to Zorus. Shouldn't be too hard. He's always been more of the cooperative type than some of the others.
He's also going to be here pretty soon.
He's here already.
He's already in the city. But an operation like this takes time to set up, and there's no guarantee he'll still be in the city by the time we're ready to go.
And we'll also be talking to Cerberus about the thing in the cave.
That is fair. It is on his land, he should know.
Exactly.
Now, if you don't have any further business, I either invite you to take one quick look out the window, or leave my office.
Look out the window.
What's out the window?
Yeah, looks at the window.
Look out.
Yeah, what's at the window?
Is the sun setting? Have we been here for too long?
You are miles in the sky. You are towering above the city. You are in one of the many floating towers.
Nice.
Yeah, Averille's eye go big and she looks excited.
Everyone always wants to look out the window here for that.
You have a great view from up here.
I would like...
How do you clean the outside of the windows?
Very carefully.
With magic. I would like those of you that have studied a lot of magic and the ways of the arcane to roll me a perception check right now.
Perception.
Trying to work out, does that involve me or not?
Yeah, same here. I'm
leaving the option up to you and your character.
Yeah, for those of us that have magical sugar daddies.
I'm a roll perception. I'll find out.
I mean, spirits, I guess. What am I rolling?
Perception.
I got
By the way, I am looking for a roll of 17 or higher for this.
Oh, you know what? I was trained by dragons. I know something about method, right?
Unfortunately, I don't have inspiration.
So close.
Moments. Let me look at shit. Let me look at shit. Who do I want to help? Because Nyla doesn't have inspiration, I used 2 of my inspiration that I have. So she can reroll.
Okay.
Wait, who?
You.
Oh, shit.
You.
I wasn't expecting that. Not much better.
Even worse.
I was about to say we're not
much better.
We're not gonna have the guy that has a +4 or a +3 or a +5 reroll.
He has his own inspiration.
And I'm not using it.
That's a 21.
Oh.
Somebody use theirs.
When did you study magic?
Under dragons.
That's a fair point.
Okay. So.
I mean, technically then.
Oh, we have one more roll to come in.
Yep, I know nothing.
The guy.
I'm so close to 19.
Yes.
In fact, before I get to that, because you got so close, Raine, when you are looking out onto the streets, you, like, the streets of Nirvana underneath you and stuff, it feels like there's something amiss, something you're just barely missing, but you can't put your finger on it. Bergai, you will notice when you look out the window and down the city of Nirvana, the way the streets are laid out, the walls are laid out, the entire city is a giant arcane glyph.
Oh my god.
What spell?
You don't know if there is a
Just
spell,
like
right? You
Artificer.
don't know if there is a spell, but it's laid out like an arcane glyph, like an arcane spell.
The guy's gonna turn to the headmaster. That is a beautiful and magical view.
Indeed it is. It protects us from what's shouldn't be here. It was burnt into the ground when Nirvana made her sacrifice to seal Tiamat. The people of that time decided to build on top of it, but make sure to keep the structure. Figured there was meaning behind it.
Interesting.
I'm gonna pull out some mana flowers and ask, can these be used for anything, or do they just look pretty?
They can be used to make some mana potions. Beyond that, they just look pretty.
Do I know what a mana potion does?
For the sake of D&D stuff, like, in terms of, like, in, like, lore world, it gives you back some mana. In terms of D&D, like, ruling books and stuff like that goes, you get some spell points back.
Okay. Gonna just start waving them in front of I forgot her name again, goddammit. It's not Sabrina. Why do I keep thinking Sabrina?
That's a campaign 1 character.
I'm gonna start waving them in front of Nyla. Does she want them?
I don't know if Nyla's here. She's put BRB.
She is not here. She is just staring at you with a blank face because she's looking out the window.
Oh, she mustn't want them then.
Do you have another tower that is just as high up that you can sit in and watch the sunset? Because that view must be breathtaking.
This is the highest tower, so I can look over everything.
Nice. But do you still have a beautiful sunset from up here?
What was that, there, Saul?
Or just Bergai turning into the headmaster being like, say, I never did catch your name.
The name's Guildford.
It's a single name like Beyonce.
My family has lived here for a very long, long time. To the point where we were adopted. So my full name is Guildford Nevada.
Honestly, I thought you were going to say Guildford Draconia. We founded this whole continent.
My ancestors were some of the original followers of Navarra back as in the wars. As for the sunset, it is indeed beautiful.
Oh.
Just as the sunrise. Same with the starry nights. As we are so high, we are above the clouds.
So it also never rains up here?
No, not unless something's out of whack with the magic.
I am jealous of that view.
And he comes to the window and looks down. You're welcome back any time if you want to work out some finer details of the deal. But I suggest maybe you all make your leave now. The city has much to offer, such as the events everyone's getting ready for. He kind of points in like towards the city. As he does, he watches that section of the window almost like magnifies and zooms in.
Yes! That's what I was waiting for.
People getting ready for the Dragon Serenade Summit. He points to another bit. The window moves over. People preparing for a festival. The Ashes to Ashes.
Oh.
Many just enjoying city life. As he as the window moves to a group of students having afternoon tea. And of course, always nice to meet new people from wherever they may be. And it pans to as the window then pans over towards a cafe, where you see Hart having a lovely meal with a woman in very royal-looking armor.
Does Averille recognize the cafe?
Averille would recognize the cafe, yes.
I was there eating, not even that long ago.
Thank you for your hospitality, and I hope we didn't take too much of your time today.
It's not my time I'm worried about you taking. It's your own. Life is not a luxury all of us have. Enjoy it while you can. Make sure you have no regrets when you get as old as I am. As he walks back towards his desk, he flicks his finger and the zone of truth disappears. With a flick of his wrist, the door opens and the attending is just standing there. Daisy, I believe our guests wanted to see the library. Unless there was anywhere else you wanted to go. If you're not in any rush, the library will wait. There's many things.
I'm in a rush for the library. I'll be going there a bit today.
Certainly. And he just starts waving you all out of his office. I have work to do, and you all have lives to live. Go, learn, be inspired.
I walk out the door.
Yeah, walks out the door.
I will gracefully bow before him slightly.
You all leave.
I think I'll join Thomsen at the library or Hades.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm going to the library as well.
Yes, more knowledge for all of us.
I want to go find a teacher who knows Artificer or anything of that sort.
The attendant Daisy is like, we can find that, not a problem. They are located not that far from the library, as to be honest, it's quite often for them, especially those in the research side of things, to be going up and down from the library and where they're working.
Oh, for sure.
I'm going to explore the city.
Okay.
Because I'm not a little red-headed nerd.
I'll come explore the city too.
Okay.
Specifically looking for an armor.
For an hour?
Yeah.
Okay. Right. Let's do the Artificer first, because that will be on the way to the library. So you're brought to a room, and as it's opened, you see equipment galore. You see a bunch of people surrounding flasks as they're brewing potions of various kinds. The mumblings of maybe if we try a little bit less of this, a little bit more of that. You see people with little tiny bits of mana crystal around them and little models trying to get them to work with the crystals. You see people working on like suits of armor, all various forms of tinkering going on in this room.
Nyla is in awe. She is looking around this room, eyes practically bulging out of her fucking face. Like, she is in awe and feels immediately at home. I'm going to look around for, like, somebody who looks like the instructor or who leads the class.
You find one. They are very ill, apparently. They are at the back of the room, helping the few that are working on what looks like to be a gauntlet at the moment.
I just kind of softly stride towards them and kind of give like a very gentle tap on their shoulder, not to scare them or anything, just because there's somebody behind you. Acknowledgement.
Okay. You do. They were leaned over a table, and as you tap them, they kind of stand up and turn around. And yes, how can I help you?
Hi. I was told that this is probably the best place to come to for teachings of my skill set.
Teachings of what was that? Sorry, you cut
out. My skill set.
All right. Okay. And pray tell, what exactly is your skill set?
I just kind of like flare out my wings a little bit to kind of show all the intricate metal detailing. I'm an artificer, but very little experience except my own tinkering here and there. And I work with alchemy on potions as well.
Well, you've certainly came to the right place then. But it looks like you definitely have more than one talent, I'd say. Is there anything in specific you were hoping to learn? I don't want to start broadly explaining anything.
I was hoping if you have ever purified or refined a mana crystal.
You want to learn how about mana crystals?
I have been given instructions and blueprints on how to do them, but sometimes teachings like this come better from somebody who's done it and has mastered it compared to learning from pages.
Okay. Well, one moment, and he kind of looks over like, "You've got this for now? Need any more help?" And the two students they was helping like, No, we've got this, thanks. Right, follow me to my desk over here.
I will kind of trying to keep excitement at bay, kind of bounce walk following him.
Okay. And he kind of sits down and he's like, right, well, let's get a starting point. you're wanting to refine and work with mana crystals, first thing I need to see, show me the tools you're using.
Oh boy. I kind of drop my bag onto the ground, and it makes a very audible thump as it hits the ground. And I pull out my my thick roll satchel and unfurl it, and before him is tweezers and picks and various particular tools. That are all clean and polished and kept well maintained.
You certainly have a lot of tools here. However,
and then
first thing I'm noticing, you're missing an arcane cutter. Not too unsurprising. The only type of thing you really need if you are dealing with mana crystals.
An arcane cutter. I don't think I'm familiar with that.
He puts his hand on his desk and forms like a small little circle with his finger, and when the circle finishes, a small glow happens. And from the table itself raises some tools. And he pulls out, you would almost think of it like a pen. And at the very tip is a tiny crystal. This is an arcane cutter. This is one of the few things that can cut a mana crystal. Depending on what you're wanting, depends on how you need to channel energy through it. And he, in a small basket to his left, just kind of pulls out a rock, and he goes, "This is a very dulled, drained mana crystal, but it'd be perfect to show an example." And he puts it down. With the image of that of almost a scalpel, I can make a very fine blade, and you can see the tip of the crystal starts to glow. He points it, and he almost kind of spit out a laser, and with that image in my mind, I can cut the crystal, and it splits in half.
So you used your own energy for the cutter?
Yes.
Okay. She's noting down everything in like a very ferocious way because she doesn't want to miss anything.
For certain things, we may need it more like a dust. So he takes half the crystal and puts it over a bit of cloth. He holds the cutter above it. And at this point, I would imagine a very fine blade spinning and progressively going. Very similar to that of a windmill, but a lot faster and a lot finer a blade. And he does that, essentially he's describing that of a blender. And as he does, the light kind of almost comes out like a cone, covering the crystal. And from the top down, it just suddenly starts almost becoming like snowflakes, like stardust, kind of, to the point where it's a big pile of dust in the cloth. Now, even though they're called an arcane cutter, it's what we also use to weave the crystal. So he takes a sprinkling of dust and a very fine bit of thread, and with the crystal pointing at a bit of the thread, he looks up and goes, at this point, with the intention and as image of sewing them together as one, he starts to sprinkle the dust finally onto the thread, and a beam comes from the crystal pen. And when he's done, the entire small bit of thread that he's made is just sparkling. This is the tool you need to work with mana crystals. Now, I will say, everything I've done is how we can make general, everyday magic items. If you want them personalized, which is generally how they become stronger, it's that last stage that I showed you, is where you need someone's magic, be it your own, or if you're making the equipment for someone else, you need it weaved in.
Sorry, give me 2 seconds. People are coming home and I can't hear very well, so just give me 2 seconds.
That's fair.
Especially since...
Yeah, he was just generally saying, like, the last bit when he was sprinkling the dust into the thread, that's when you would need someone else to channel their magic into the dust if you wanted to personalize the item, which would then in turn make it stronger.
Okay, so that covers if you're making a cloth item. What about more physical objects, like weapons, and even potentially using a mana crystal to bring in an inanimate object with its own conscience?
At that point, there is 2 routes that can be taken from the research that we have discovered. One being the idea of welding the crystal as a part of the item. Again, the arcane cutter is needed for this. Another one, which is in our research, a far more dangerous route, but results are quite potent if successful, is trying to use the full-on crystal no different than you would an ingot, and forging from the crystal itself.
At this point, I'm going to pull out my smaller roll and unfurl it. And this is the one that will have the 2 complete dragon wings, the starting of another piece, and then a bunch of different scraps and stuff.
For a piece... Go on. No, go on.
I was gonna say, this is my main project. I want to create a little dragon, but I want it to be able to act on its own.
what you are describing, is that very similar to that of like making your own familiar?
Essentially.
Honestly, it's not too far from the idea of Warforged research. My suggestion for this... My suggestion for this would be cutting the crystal very finely, small enough to maybe fit into, I would say, the chest central area of your creation, and weld it on afterwards, more than trying to make it into a thing, into like trying to weld it as an ingot. But it's also at this point, when welding it to the metal, that's when you'd be wanting to channel your magic in and visualize your intent for the piece. The crystal to activate. The biggest thing when working with mana crystals is to have a clear mind till you are needing it to do something. Having your mind cloudy at any point could risk it becoming unpure and tempered, and well, that's when disaster tends to happen.
The intent and will of the owner needs to get pushed into it. And I need to get a cutter. How would I about retrieving one of those?
So you say that again?
One of the mana crystal cutters. How would I go about getting one for myself?
Normally we loan them out here at the academy, as college, but as an appreciation for such fine craftsmanship I see here, I'll let you have my spare one.
Her eyes go wide and like there's a visible hinge in her body to where like her wings even touch out. Are you sure?
Like I said, it's my spare one.
There's a reason why there's a spare, though.
Yes, it's called I lost one and I had to make a new one and I found the old one. It's my spare one.
That's so valid, though.
I take it very slowly and kind of set it in the middle of my tools.
As you set into the middle, he brings his hand kind of like your rolled out pouch of tools and just kind of like with his hands in the air above kind of pushes them out slightly, and you watch as the lever stretches itself, and where the gap would be, two loops start to form and complete. You now have a space for it.
That was cool. That was really, really cool. I want to be able to do stuff like that. Even minor things like that. That was so cool.
It takes a lot of learning to get to the Grandmaster level.
And I am the furthest thing from that right now. I am the furthest thing from that.
We all were once upon a time.
The dragon is my first real big project. I've got a couple of other things that I am working on in between, but my main priority is getting this functioning.
I hope that when it's finished, you can bring it to show me. Would love to see it.
Like a smile kind of crosses her face, and she kind of bows. You'll be one of the first.
Okay. So while that entire conversation was ongoing, we're gonna jump to the... Let's jump to Raine and Haiton, who have went and explored the streets. Is there anything in particular the two of you are looking for as you go around?
An armorer.
An armorer? As you'd walk around,
I'm just trying to keep my eyes on Kitten so that I don't lose him.
Try not to get distracted. It doesn't take you too long to find an armorer.
I walk into the store.
It's honestly, it's not too hard to find. You follow the sounds of metal clanking.
What have you got for sale?
Swords, armors, shields. What are you after?
Armor. Let me just go into this. Have you got any half plate?
He walks over to as a small like bit of a shop. Yeah, I've got a few pieces here. They're all kind of bundled in.
How much?
God damn
it, he's looking it up.
Huh?
God damn it, you're looking it up.
Yeah, of course I am.
Did you not just get a whole bunch of money? You'll be fine.
Yeah, but I can't afford half plate.
Half plate falls under 750 gold.
It doesn't get a deal.
Roll me persuasion.
Where's persuasion? There it is. Oh, before I do, is this guy a dragon?
I'm gonna say yes. He looks like he looks like a human, but he is indeed a dragon.
Yay!
The excitement.
At the 22.
22. I could do 650.
God damn it. How much money do I have? 15 platinum is 150 gold, so that I have 351 gold. No, I have 301 gold.
Well, I mean, you got 45 platinum for the free crystals.
Yeah, I already threw that into the party inventory. So what I could do is take the rest of the platinum. Actually, how much did he say?
650 gold.
And I'd still be 50 short.
You could ask if you could take from the group money.
I'm going to... my setting zone only talks to Nyla, so I'm going to ask her. Can I have some money?
You'll get this message roughly as you're leaving the office from this dude. Nyla?
Oh, that's hilarious.
Has Kitten got BRB?
Nyla's just assumed it's a spam caller. I don't want to talk to you Nigerian prince.
Please try again.
He's asking for money. That's not what we do.
I'm guessing Kitten's BRB.
That's fun.
We could ask if there's anything we can do to bring down the price.
There's nothing we can do to bring down the price. And also, I do have... What do I have in my inventory? I do have 3 mana flowers that are perfectly preserved. Like, I can't even remember how many more days.
And what are you expecting me to do with mana flowers? I don't know if you noticed, but if you look around, I make things with steel and stuff. I'm not a florist.
You could have an alchemy shop in the back, I don't know. I don't know you. You don't by chance know how much mana flowers even sell for, do you?
A florist will typically buy them for about 5 gold apiece.
Oh god damn it, they're useless. Right.
An alchemist may buy them off you at, say, 15 gold apiece.
Have 3 of them, I'll still be short. Alright, I'll be right back and I go and find an alchemist.
Continue following him.
On your walks of trying to find an alchemist, you will notice there is a bit of a crowd forming. And you hear cheers and music going.
You start playing music.
Couldn't tell you. They have to decide if they want to go past it or continue on to their alchemist or investigate. Because they can't see. It's crowded.
If only I could see with an aerial view. Hey, Seraph, can you go up there? I'm gonna look through Seraph's eyes and see what's going on.
Is Hart gonna wait or is Hart going to invest? No, Hart, is Raine going to wait or is Raine going to investigate on her own?
Raine's already walking that direction.
Just walking through the crowd?
Yep. Like, I'm pretty sure Haiton's going to turn around and I'm just going to be able to go.
So what you'll see is a group of maybe about 3 people. Elves, humans and stuff. Playing some instruments, making some very festival music. And at the center of this crowd, you'll see a woman, very tan-skinned. Let me pull up this image real quick to make sure I'm describing stuff correctly. And hopefully I've saved it into my folders and stuff, and I don't have to look on my phone. Time to go fucking browsing. I've been trying to find this entire time, by the way. I'm not just, like, waiting till now.
So I see something.
Yeah, you see something. Nope, it's not in there. I have it here. I remember where I put this bloody picture for descriptions.
Yay.
I've had it for ages. Now I've lost it. Can't believe this.
Your D&D session is very important to us. Please hold.
Oh.
Collections. I did a screenshot of this thing. In fact, it wasn't even a screenshot, it was actually a picture. Here we go, got it. So, you see this woman, very tan-skinned, wearing very, very long dress. The outfit is the best way I can describe it that will make sense is very Arabian belly dancer vibes, essentially. Cloth covering her chest. A veil over her head. Mask over her face. And then from the waist down, this long dress. Jewellery on her arms. Feet bare, apart from the jewellery that's around her ankles. The cloth itself is a deep, dark blue. You could almost mistake it for the night sky itself. A slight veil over the top of all the fabric. And this veil, it spans from one arm to the other just by itself. If you didn't know any better, the designs into this very see-through veil as finest, you would mistake them for the stars. She's dancing away, it's almost hypnotizing.
Well, I guess I'm watching.
Yeah, it's just
really
a dancer, I don't care. It's just a dancer, so Haiton no longer cares. He's going back to find an alchemist.
You go back to start finding an alchemist, you find a Raine has disappeared. Raine, you find yourself just drawn into this. And next thing you know, she's running towards you and just grabs your hands and pulls you in to start dancing as well.
Damn. Well, that's awkward.
Lots of spinning and stuff involved, by the way, with the dancing and that. What did you say there, Raine?
There's not really much I can do about it. I've kind of been dragged into it, so...
But you could try and walk away. Or you could dance.
I think Raine's just kind of too intrigued by it all to walk away, but she's not the type of person that wants to like dance either, because like her dance is specifically saved for her own sort of thought processes and stuff. You know what I mean? The whole ritual thing. So she's just kind of awkwardly kind of being dragged along by this person.
She looks at you and says, "Come on, dance with me. Makes everyone happy."
I cannot.
And you almost like when she kind of like dances around you, and it gets to the point where like she's facing you, like her face is pretty much almost like in your face, and it's just like, why not? It puts a smile on everyone's face.
I can't understand that.
I will say, when she's like in your face, her beauty is almost captivating.
Damn.
It almost, in the blink of an eye, you see expressions that you can see from the facial structures. At this point, like, the cloth is kind of falling off one ear and hanging. You can see big smiles and stuff. But in almost the blink of an eye, you can see she kind of looks past you, and a set of worry kind of comes on her face. Well, it's been nice, gotta go. And she kind of just starts running in the opposite direction.
I turned to kind of where she was looking.
You see about two, 3 people in some heavily kitted armor. They look like guards, but they're not city guards, you know what I mean? They're not like city guards. But they're not adventurers. The only time you would have ever seen anyone armored up like this beforehand while being an adventurer or anything is guards to a lord.
Is she one of the gods?
Either that or she's a pickpocket who pickpocketed a lord.
I guess I can understand the why she was running now. At that point, I just started to look around and realized that Haiton's no longer beside me, and I'm like, oh, god damn it. Kind of started looking around on how to get back to things, kind of get lost in the crowd again before they reach me and start asking me questions that I don't want to be a part of.
Fair. At this point, Haiton, the girl would run past you.
Just see what I have here.
Huh?
Hold on.
Somebody's about to cast a spell.
What was that, Adam? Sorry, you were a bit quiet.
Yeah, sorry, I'm just looking through my spell list. Can I do an insight check on her?
Certainly.
Well, I miss by following me sometimes.
Yeah, she seems like an entertainer.
Okay. Bye then.
Do you continue going for your alchemy shop, or do you try and wait or look for a Raine?
I am gonna call Seraph back and tell it to fly about in the sky for Raine to see. So that he is visible to Raine, and also to look for Raine and lead her back to me.
So it's not too long until suddenly there's a seraph in your face, Raine, guiding you where to go.
Hey, little guy, where are we going?
You soon meet up again.
Dragon getting increasingly frustrated as he can fly above the crowd and he's having to wait for you to weave through them. Right. Alchemy! Random belly down to her side. Alchemy!
You find an alchemy shop.
Right. How much for these? And I pull out my preserved mana flowers.
I'll pay you 15 gold apiece.
Like, how many deaths has it been since we actually picked them up? It's probably been about 4, right?
Roughly, yeah.
Max.
So I will mention that these are preserved for a further 8 days. If that helps the price in any way.
They get used in the mana potion all the same. 15 gold.
Okay, I'll take it.
They hand you 45 gold for the free flowers.
Inventory. 15. Add. Okay. Wait, why did I add 15? I need 45. Okay, add another 30. There we go. Right. Time to go back to an armor, I guess. So I don't really have much else that I can sell. How much is this worth? I have nothing that an alchemist would want anyway. See, yeah, going back to an armor.
Okay. On your way back, you start to pass that crowd, and there's 3 armored dudes asking people in the crowd, did anyone see a fair-tanned woman dressed in an outfit that could look like the midnight sky? If you have any information, please provide it to Lord Derek. He'll pay a very fine price to find out where she is.
You see, that's the issue now. I need to go and look for a gift. Raine, is there anything you want to do to these people?
I will say the attitude they're giving off towards the crowd is very bully-like.
Fuck, what's that called?
What are the crowd answering to them?
The crowd?
That's a better question. Yeah, because you're showing they're like trying to intimidate people in the crowd and stuff. Like who they're talking to right now, what are they saying?
You've got people in the crowd saying like, there was no such person like that here. Lord Derek can go fuck himself. All he cares about is himself. And when some of the comments like that, there's a Goliath amongst them that reaches in the crowd like she's like picking the person up. You want to reconsider your answer? It wouldn't take much to make you disappear. Before it gets like too violent, eventually someone speaks up. She ran down that way. Leave us alone. At this point, the Goliath lets go of the gentleman. See? Was that so hard now? And as they start walking out the crowd, they're purposely not avoiding anyone. If you're in their way as they're walking out, like, they're bumping into you, knocking you over, and laughing while doing it.
I kind of like move over towards kind of where they're going, and not close enough that they'll run into me, but I kind of like, as they're running past, like throw my move my lance out handle out towards one of their feet and trip them up, and I'm like, whoops, sorry.
The sass, love it.
I would like to hold an action here for a very specific thing.
Okay, what's the very specific thing?
I need to look for spells to make sure. Where is it? Prestidigitation or is it thaumaturgy? Oh, technically we both.
Either or. Take your pick.
Okay. I'm gonna be casting two things. Right. So he's fallen over, right?
Yeah.
Or tripped.
Yeah.
So when he goes to put his hand down to, push himself back up again, let's see, where is it? It is Prestidigitation. Clean or soil. You instantly clean or soil an object no larger than 1 cubic foot. So it's going to look like he just put his hand in dog shit. And then I'm going to cast. And then I'm going to cast Thaumaturgy to make a. Where is it? Altered
Fart sound.
Where the hell is it? Maybe it's back in Prestidigitation, actually. Century effect. Yeah, it is Prestidigitation. Yeah, so an odd odor. It smells like dog shit.
So he falls over. Hart makes the comment, and the person that's tripped over is like, "Whoa, what the fuck is this?"
When did Hart get here?
Not Hart, sorry. Not Hart. Raine makes the comment, not Hart. Raine makes the comment.
To be fair, that would be something that Hart would do.
Yeah, very much so. So Raine makes the comment. The person on the floor is like, "What the fuck?" The Goliath steps over and just think you're funny, and this is towards you, Raine.
I think you should keep walking, sir. She just looks up at him with no fear in her eyes whatsoever to him.
He lifts his arms up perfectly. Like he's about to grab you, and as he's about to lunge forward, the third voice speaks up in a very stuck-up-a-nose, elegant tone of, "Comet, we've got our task. Let's not get sidetracked. Leave them alone, they're not worth it. Derek will have our heads otherwise. Come on, big oaf."
As they turn to walk away, I'm just going to go, "Yes, run after your dog, or your master doggies."
The person that you tripped is like...
I just said something to you now. Hold on.
I was about to say real quick, like, the person's got up and stuff, like the one that tripped and's like shaking their hands trying to get it off. And the one that made the commands waves their hand with prestidigitation to clean them off.
Okay. So that came out, that's a better situation than what I thought was going to happen to me, but...
By the way, I love Khaos's gift she's doing here.
They will never find the body.
Never find it.
I had to, okay?
That's fine.
I am super intrigued, but I'm not there, so I cannot comment.
Yeah, that's why I just sent gifts in, because I was like, I can't comment.
By the way, do we have a Kitten back yet?
Kitten has been back listening this whole time.
Cool, just to make sure, because beforehand you went BRB and there was a Haiton trying to hail you on the Ascending Stones.
Oh, sorry, I haven't even been at my phone to do stuff. I've been trying to get my chores done.
That's fine. It's just so if he tries again, at least that we know you're there now.
Yeah, I heard.
So yeah, the three people are walking away. Okay. I've gotten that DM.
Yep.
They are walking away. Very much moaning, groaning, mumbling.
Hey, Haiton.
Yep.
Who's this lord they're talking about, by the way?
I think I'm going to say it loudly so they can hear. I think they called him Lord Dick.
You really don't know when to stop, do you?
Nope.
Oh, I mean, I'm going to be honest.
I'm smiling brightly.
I am going to be honest. Everything Adam is doing right now with Haiton is exactly how I'd imagine Haiton responds to this perfectly with his background. It's not even like a front. It's like this is exactly how I was expecting this to go down.
Unreal just doesn't like police.
Was there any response from him? I just called him.
No, not from the one that's clearly in charge. From the Goliath, you can see a slight twinge, like he wants to turn around, but he's like clearly stopped, and you can only guess it's the one in charge has said something to stop him.
Oh, what a good Dougie.
At this point, you get some people in the crowd approach. Are you guys crazy?
Possibly.
You're still out.
You are literally pissing off probably one of the most corrupted lords in town.
Cool. Who the hell is this Lord Derek?
Some guy that only cares about power and himself.
So, in other words, he doesn't compare to the people that invited us here. Good to know.
He's been hunting down some lass for a while.
Why?
All she's been trying to do is make people smile with her dancing.
Where does this Lord Derek live?
She points up into the sky at one of the towers. Up there.
Oh, Lumi, you're making me want to beg for a level up right now. Next level, I can magic field.
I can promise you, one is happening soon. So soon. It's ridiculous.
So what you're saying is...
Dragon Serenade.
I was about to say,
So
one's happening in about 3 days' time.
What we're saying is, Haiton, after our lovely meeting at the Dragon Summit with the dragons themselves, we're going up there to pay him a visit? Or is he coming down here to pay us a visit?
Wait,
I'd say this
are you the special guests of the meeting?
Maybe.
I did say the people that invited us are a bit more important than some lord of a city.
And immediately you watch the crowd kind of gasp and forgive us. And they all immediately, like, down on one knee, bowing before you, like, such honored guests, we should be disrespectful. Huh?
That fucking armor, see this.
The armor's not close enough. Yeah, they're all down on one knee, like, bowing, like, sorry for being so disrespectful to such honoured guests.
I don't know how to react, Haiton.
I feel awkward. I pat one of them on the head.
I got this lovely image of just like,
yeah. Raine calls somebody a dog and then
pet someone.
I didn't pet them.
No, but Raine was calling somebody a dog, and now somebody's treating somebody else as a dog. What?
I kind of look down and I'm like, I kind of bend down and go, what are you doing?
Did you whisper, what are you doing?
I just whisper, what are you doing? She just has no idea what the heck's happening right now. She's like,
you are the honored guests of all six gods. To treat you with any lower level of respect would be dishonorable to the gods themselves.
I kind of just hold up a hand to her.
So what you're saying is, this Lord Derek has, through his proxies, shown disrespect to the gods themselves.
I kind of limit. I hold my hand out to the woman for her to take it.
She hesitantly looks at your hand and is just like, I shouldn't. And to answer another member of the crowd to answer your question, Haiton, to disrespect any of the honored guests is to dishonor the gods themselves, yes. Especially at the time of the Dragon Serenade.
Cool.
I just kind of look at her and go, please stand up. This is kind of embarrassing for me and my friend.
Yeah, we don't know what to do in this situation here. Like,
as a member of the Tideborn clan, it doesn't matter if you're highborn, lowborn, anything, you're treated equally.
If you deem it okay, then... And she takes your hand and stands.
We only got involved to deal with bullies like them.
Besides, he cast prestidigitation to clean the guy. He didn't remove the smell.
Fair, yeah.
I love that the way that your thought process goes with him.
Gotta be technical about it, huh?
There's a guy that smells like shit.
At this point, can you both roll me perception?
I don't think that's something I'm high in. No, it is not. A 9 out of 5.
Yeah, everything's fine.
5 out of 3.
Yeah, unless you want to reroll, everything's fine.
Fuck it, I'll use my inspiration here to reroll. Although I don't think I'm going to get much better than a 9, to be fair.
I'm only looking for like a 14 or higher.
No, that was not higher.
I guess I'll use my last inspiration for that.
That was my last inspiration.
I just want to say, the average rolls tonight is lower than 10.
Shit.
Oh, Raine, there we go. I'd also like to remind Raine, you can also have Mizu roll perception if that helps.
Yeah, but I
can also give... Because he's still out. Seraph. Fucking roll perception.
Yeah,
get a higher than I do. There we go.
I love that the summons / pets have better fucking perception.
I was gonna say the entire thought process. Nizzy was about to be my intimidation factor against that Goliath if he got any closer.
Louis, do you want to tell? I want to tell Trevor what my plan was.
Oh.
What my DM was.
Yeah, Adam DM me. Seraph is on standby to knock one of them out if they attack Raine.
Yeah. My other thought process was when he went to grab me to cast Reduce so that he became like half the size of himself.
So, Seraph will see, Raine will hear. A small giggle in a tiny alleyway from behind you, with the words, "They look like fun." And Raine, you'll recognize the voice as the dancer from before.
Accidentally becomes champions of a deity again.
Fun is more than just dancing, after all.
By the end of this campaign, everyone's going to be connected to deities again, I'm sure. But
yeah, at this point, the dancer will start walking in towards the alley to try and just disappear.
Oh, she seems busy.
I just kind of shout after her. If you want a chance to disappear, you could always leave the city when we do. There's a lot more people than members. No, I'm trying to help her get out of the situation that she's clearly in this city.
Getting another party member that's the DM NPC that he accidentally let us adopt.
I'm not quite as bad as that. I wouldn't be trying to do that.
You get no response.
I didn't expect it. It was just for them to hear.
However, one thing Seraph will see, because they've not noticed Seraph, and as far as they can tell, no one is watching them. Before they kind of disappear into the back alleys in the shadows, they bring down their cloak just to kind of like breathe for a moment, and briefly an image kind of shatters off of them, and you can see them recasting a spell on them, and just before the spells are recast, the beauty, the complexion, and everything's the same, but there's horns.
We keep ending up in these situations.
She is a tiefling.
Again, how come it's me and Haiton always that ends up meeting the fucking tieflings?
As the brief moment of the horns is seen, the spell is finished casting and the horns disappear, and she brings the hood back up. And
tieflings and fish are just naturally drawn to each other.
Fire and water, what can we say?
And she disappears into the shadows.
At least you didn't get teleported to a tiefling village.
That's because I wasn't standing near you.
Right. Okay, time to go find that prick who's selling me armor.
Yeah, you could also use your lovely persuasion to let him know that we're honored guests. Apparently that has a good effect here.
Yeah. Could. Can some of you, help us with this? However many people are just bowing. It's just I'm trying to buy armor.
Crowdfunding, let's go!
I don't want your money. Just help me get a good deal.
you see a look of confusion on some of them and slight mumblings of, are they really the honored guests?
You're really getting doubt put on us because of someone.
I didn't think the gods would invite people that like they're proper confused now.
Never mind then.
This being chosen by people is real, or by gods to do things is really awkward. As we're walking away.
So we're
chosen by the gods. We're not employed.
You get back to the armorer. Well, the blacksmith person.
Let me, as we're leaving, one thing that I do say back to them is, honestly, bullies like that lord, you shouldn't be afraid of anymore. Power of many outweigh power of few.
With that, those that weren't standing start to stand and kind of go on with their days.
Right, to the armory.
So you get back.
Raine's going on a pile up because I'm going to get some snacks.
So yeah, you get back to the armorer.
Right, I'm back. I have a bit more gold.
Enough to afford the half plate?
Possibly. Would you like a dagger?
He looks the dagger over.
I'll give you 2 daggers for 2 gold each. So 4 gold.
I mean, I would sell these daggers at 2 gold apiece, so I can buy them at 1 gold apiece.
I forgot Lumi doesn't like using silver. I was gonna say 150.
150.
I mean, that's just a 2-for-1 special. Buy 2 daggers, get 3 gold.
Okay, how about 3 gold total?
Sure.
Yeah. Okay, there goes my daggers. Delete. Add 3 gold. I really do feel like Sid Kaganu right now. I just. Okay, so the half plate was 650. 150.
I currently have 9 gold, if that helps.
Why are you so broke? Didn't we literally just earn gold like last session?
Mm-hmm.
I'm pretty sure every
into the party stash.
I'm pretty sure like every penny of the gold's been earned has been going towards the party stash.
Not even
Also,
that. Anytime I get personal gold, it goes straight to Haiton.
Also, will somebody manage the party gold?
Majority, I was gonna.
I keep adding to things and keep track of it.
Yeah.
Cool.
I was gonna say most of the time, if I get any personal gold outside of the 9, it normally goes to Haiton.
I haven't been aware of this. I haven't been adding it.
Well, that's awkward.
Yeah, you haven't been. You haven't told me this.
Communication is key here.
Anyway. Let's see. 3,300.
Lumi, don't you just love your players?
450.
Don't you just love your players?
For the sake of it, it's not going to be the exact, but they're probably roughly round it if this has been happening since session 1. We'll just say Haiton, add 100 gold into your inventory since all your personal gold that Raine's been getting is going to you.
Jesus.
I made a comment about this, and there was a joke made about it, I'm pretty sure, near one of the starting months.
I mean, I'm only saying, like, it's not my job to manage it, so this is why it's not going to be the exact amount, but...
No, 100%.
Listen, we've gotten 500 gold, and we've gotten 500 gold, and then we've gotten 100 gold from quest. And have we always split that evenly?
Yep.
No, it's a
so you have always split it by 7, essentially? One for each...
I'm asking if we have, because I think we've done differently depending on how much.
Did we not add some to the party?
It changes depends on how much, because usually we'll try and find the closest whole number, and anything left over just gets thrown into party. I think the only difference was with the little quest where we only got a small amount, and all of it went to the party fund.
Yeah, the 100 gold went into the party fund, and then the others 2 we split 7 or 8 ways.
Okay, so the 2 500s were split?
Yeah.
So that's 1,000 split 6 ways.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I put the gold always into the party funds.
So...
except the first one. The first one I used on myself.
Maybe I did. I'm currently sitting at 50.
So, correct me if I'm wrong. Thomsen, you're saying because you've been looking at this quest-wise and stuff. So in terms of rewards the party's been getting, you've had 2 500 gold rewards, a 100 gold reward, and now the 45 platinum, correct? From the mana crystals.
Yeah, I don't have the traits written down. This is entirely quest, but
quest.
We got the 45
so the 100 gold went into the party inventory straight away.
Yes, I think the 100.
So with the 1,000 gold from the 2 500s, that should have been 166.666667 gold each. So 166 gold each, and then about another gold going into the party per person.
I take it back. I have 169 gold.
I'll just go ahead and add that. I'm not sure how accurate it is.
I'll just add that to mine so that I can keep track of it. I should have probably been doing that from the start.
At least we've caught this early.
Have you guys just not been adding your gold to your inventories?
I have 143 gold.
I was wondering how everyone was being able to buy stuff and all. I was just not getting gold. I was like, I must just not be doing something right.
You said 160
gold. We put it in our pockets instead of just tossing it onto the ground.
Give me one moment.
We've just been tossing it after you.
Right?
Yes, give me one moment. I'm just in.
Again, I've been putting it immediately into the party funds.
But there's just not. Or is it just your personal that you put in there?
Every time, except the first one. Every other money she puts into the party funds.
Okay. So, apart from the 100 gold of the party thing, from what I'm aware of, and if you've been keeping track of it, great. If not, so it's fully updated, with the 1,000 gold that you've earned from your 2 500 rewards, there's the screenshot in chat of a calculator, dividing it to know how much you have. Keep on top of this time. And as for, not getting gold, it's up to you guys to update your own inventory, not mine.
Yeah, we know.
To be honest, I thought we were just putting all of it into the party stash. That's why I've not been keeping track.
I kind of assumed it was something similar. That's why I didn't keep track either. But
every time we get paid, we literally divide it between 6 people. Okay, so we all get this much each, and this much goes to party stash.
Okay.
All right.
Whoops.
Well. Like I say, we can keep on top of it going forward. At least it was caught early and not we've got to calculate 20 rewards.
Yeah. Okay. Jesus Christ.
Can I request an audio announcement every time I need to gold?
You know what? I may just record a small little voice line that I'll play every now and then when like your quest is complete and you're gold. Just like the voice now will just be, add to inventory. You gained gold.
Yeah.
I was just thinking it was going to be like sort of like Navi from Zelda. Just you got gold. You got gold.
You got mail.
If I could do Navi from Zelda. Hey, listen.
I made so many Link cosplay mad at cons with that.
Adam, you're currently in bargain mood.
Right. Okay.
And now there's all of a sudden a lot more gold to work with, Adam.
Yeah, that's also a question. So this is not in your inventory, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So you haven't been sending it to me. Get fucked.
Well, I was, but I've decided to keep track of my own finances from now on.
Fuck's sake.
Right. Well, hey, I wasn't too far off when I said 100. I was only 66.
66666666666. You'd almost think this whole campaign was about demons with all these sixes.
You know what, Limit? Can we just have 600 gold since it's about demons?
Anyway.
We have 666.
Technically, if you want the real number of the devil, it's 6666.
I don't know.
Technically, it's 616.
Guys, I don't know. The song says the number of the beast, 666.
Yeah, but like if you actually go and look it up and stuff, it's actually 4 6s, not 3 6s.
I'm joking because it's a band song.
I know. I'm just generally saying like it's a weird thing. Like I remember learning this out ages ago. Like the true number of the beast is 4 6s, not 3 6s.
Question. So would the number of any death domain Scott be 42,564?
So what you're saying is that we should get 6,666 then, because it's a campaign of devil.
Anyway.
Yes, back to the bartering.
I smell colors. What?
My statement still stands. I have 9 gold. I mean, what?
Why do I smell colors? What? Anyway. Okay, I have more gold. I also have a proposition for you. Are you interested in the proposition, Mr. Armor?
I'm listening.
How would you like some advertising?
I don't want to call day.
Because we are the invited guests of the gods, and we are going to be entering that meeting. I could be wearing your armor with a symbol to represent your shop.
Let me. I'm Commander Shepard, and this is my
favorite star in the Citadel. I am Haiton, and this is my favorite star in Navarra.
Fucking sell out.
You're like the 20th one this week.
Or the other 20 have like a whole bunch of randomers bowing to them in the streets.
I don't know what's going out in the streets. I'm in here working like an honest man. But almost every day now, I'm getting someone in here claiming they're the deemed as invited guests of the gods. All trying to cut a deal.
Yeah.
Remind me.
Do you know the name of the party that's
that's
been invited?
No, because I'm going to be honest. I don't really care. Look around, I have a business to run.
He's a bit of a sorbus.
He is. And I don't want to wear his armor, just on principle. I'm going to find another armor. Fuck this guy.
Well, your loss, sir. Enjoy your 0 customers as I walk out the door.
Okay, you need to be a dick about it. I know it feels empty, but you don't need to remind him of it.
Just because he's such a successful businessman. He's so busy, there's no customers in the store.
I mean, is there other customers, or...?
Yes, there was other customers.
So they're just blind.
The only customers if they buy something.
That means we're not customers, dude.
We aren't customers. We're taking our business elsewhere, right?
What business?
Ah. Look, we woke up sassy today, okay?
Clearly. Well, with that, we're going to... Because roughly at this point for yous, it'd be approaching evening time. However, we're going to rewind time to the point where we're going to see what the people in the library are doing. So, you all get taken. So those that went to the library in the Mages Guild, you have arrived. The doors have been opened. And there is tables about students reading books. And books themselves literally opened, flying, flapping throughout as they take themselves to and from the bookshelves. And there is a single person at a desk with their face nose deep in a book.
I'll ask the person who was escorting us here. Is it possible to get a copy of a book to bring with me on travels, or is it only able to be read here?
You can make special requests to withdraw books. We generally ask that they all get kept here, as we try to keep knowledge in one place, but we never see the harm in asking. Depends on, again, what you're planning on doing with the book. If you're planning on trying to sell it, then obviously we don't allow it, but it's purely for learning purposes. Majority of the time, it's okay to take.
I think it's because I'll not get through the book in the first place, and it's more of, I am going adventuring, and I would hate if I'm taking the one copy you have, and then I end up somewhere and the book gets ruined.
Well, what book are you trying to look for?
I'm trying to find a dictionary on the ancient language, or an introduction to it, to learn more of the words.
We have a few books related to that. I mean, not just related, but a few copies as well. As you've maybe seen, a few of our students here practice that of the ancient magic, ancient language. So it's something we try to keep a few copies around on standby. It shouldn't be a problem.
Can you please show me, or point me in the direction where I can find them?
Let's take a step in first, not just hang around by the door. And she kind of walks a little bit in and goes, round about here will do. Just come in. And once you step in, she goes, I want you to think about the book you're wanting, what you're wanting to learn and gain from the read. And then hold your hand out.
All right. I hold my hand out while I'm thinking about a dictionary / introduction to the ancient language. Translation, even.
It's at this point, those of you watching, you'll start to hear in one of the bookshelves sound of a bit of rumble, and from it a book kind of just falls out, and as it's about to hit the ground, it suddenly opens and starts flapping, and it starts flying towards Thomsen, towards Hayes, and just before it reaches his hand, it kind of closes itself up and lands straight in your hand.
I read the title of the book.
It reads A Starter's Guide to the Ancient Language. With the subtitle of Words and Intents.
Ooh. Just what I was looking for. I'm gonna find a table and start reading it.
Okay.
Thank you.
Anything else any of you are hoping to find here in the library?
I think I'd like to know some more about Warfall and some other properties.
Warforged is something we typically ask that you can't take in your journey, as those books are very rare.
I won't take it with me, I just want to read some here at the library.
It's fair, it's just so you know. Again, please come step forward. Hold your hand out with the thought that you want.
And he, essentially moves forward, takes his hand out, and, thinks about, essentially, not the creation, but more so the fact that he's already read a few of the theories, but want to know a bit more in depth about the Warforged themselves.
Beforehand, where a rumbling of the bookcases were heard, this time, just above your hand, it begins to light up. And a glyph arcane signet is formed, and then all of a sudden, a book form and falls. You seem to have summoned one not from our public section.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
It's fine. The library is enchanted to grant to those that it deems fit. However, I would advise to not share the contents of the book with anyone you don't completely trust, as there's some books in our secret section that even the staff are not even allowed to lay eyes on.
Ooh.
Alright. And he'll take the book and just read the title of it.
It reads... The Warforged with a Human Heart.
Ooh. Ooh, he's going to be enjoying this one.
And then underneath it, in a subtitle text, The Creation of Artemis.
I was going to say, he's reading about his companion.
I will say, just so you're aware, since this is one of the books that we would really insist that can't leave, once you are done with it, or when you have to leave,
yes,
just hold the book in your hand with the thoughts of, I'm done reading. And this will return the book to the shelf it came from.
I understand. I will do that when I'm done with it.
Anything else any of you need help with?
I think Bergai's gonna go find like a sort of secluded spot, not too many eyes around, to read the book.
I think Arrow just hands up. I think mine is quite easy. I just want a book about dragon companions.
Certainly. She gives you the same instructions. As you follow them, you hear the rumblings of a bookcase as a book flies and lands in your hand.
I think Arrow will look at it.
The title will read, Learning Your Dragon Companion Like the Ways of the Dragon Knights.
Okay. Thank you, and Arrow will go to Bergai and sits next to him.
Okay. Nyla's there. I believe that's everyone. Okay. So, you all go and read your books. Saul.
Yes.
You open your book and you start reading. And you get about 2-3 pages in. By this point, Averille's next to you. And as you kind of flick onto the next page, all of a sudden, you blink briefly, and you are standing in a city that you can't believe. Light everywhere. You wouldn't know how to describe this. Buildings towering. For an actual description that you'll understand, it's almost like you're surrounded in a cyberpunk environment.
Oh.
And you look around, and as you do, everything kind of rushes by. You find yourself in a lab. A scientist arguing with another one. He's my creation, and he saved us. He deserves to live. We have no right. He has life. The other scientist. You best say your goodbyes. 'Cause by the morning, if we survive as what's coming, he's gone. Or we're gone. One way or another, it is most likely goodbye for you. They are coming to destroy us. Make your choice. The scientist leaves the room. And the scientist that remains walks towards a table. And on this table, it looks like just a normal Warforged. On his chest, it is scribed 4253. Where in the very center of his chest, there is a hole. Something's clearly been blasted through. The scientist looks at the Warforged body. They're wrong about you. I created you as a machine, but you proved to me many times that you're alive. The only thing you ever wanted to do was live. I hope my final gift can give that to you. As he pulls out from his pocket what looks like a mechanical-looking heart. You wish to live as a human. Well, you deserve a heart. And he starts to place this heart into the chest. And as all living beings, you deserve a name. You shall no longer be Project 4352. You should be named after the heart's project name. You should be named Artemis. And with that, suddenly the mechanics within the body reach out and connect to this heart. Statement. I am alive. I am Artemis. The Warforged starts to stand up. I thank you. You have given me life. And it may be your last. You know what's coming for us. The destruction of our entire civilization. The gods see to end this world. Objection. I shall stop them. I shall protect us. You find suddenly you're in the middle of the city again. This time with Artemis there. Meteors rain down. Artemis kneels down to the floor. Circuitry across the streets, the buildings all light up. Connection established. We are Artemis. The buildings themselves start forming. No. I see that comment. And as they do, Artemis's body starts to transform with them. And before you know it, the city is gone. Disappeared. As you've watched it all fold in and connect to Artemis. Where he was about your height before. Now he is a towering giant. Holding the city of as ancients within him. Protecting those what he can. You suddenly find yourself blinking, and in a moment, you see the battlefield around you blackened. In the distance, you see a beam of light going to the sky. You see 3 dragons near this beam of light. You recognize them as Bahamut, Tiamat, and Navara. You then hear the voice. Objective completed. Friends saved. Humanity saved. Rest. I must.
God damn it, Thomsen.
Perfect.
At this point, his body kind of collapses onto the ground itself. You watch as the years suddenly flash by and the land itself overtakes him. Every now and then, warforges popping out from him. Civilizations forming around him. Some of them disappearing. Until next thing you know, you're looking at the familiar land of Draconia. With Artemis lying underneath it. As you blink, you suddenly find yourself back in the library. Still on the 5th page.
Artemis isn't just warforged. He's an entire city.
And with that revelation, we're going to end today's session.